Hey Scorpios, this is Tessa with Acid Tarot. I am bringing you guys your February mid-monthly reading. So this is for February 15th through the 28th. All right, guys, let's get to it. Overall energy is the Emperor. So when we look at the Emperor, this speaks to someone who is an authority figure or a father figure. Could be your father or the father of your children. Clarifying, the Emperor is the Seven of Wands. So when we look at the Seven of Wands, this speaks to challenges. This speaks to some sort of competition. All right, so maybe having some sort of challenge with an authority figure or the father of your child or your actual father. First card out is the Five of Cups. So when we look at the Five of Cups, this speaks to someone who is having some sort of regrets, someone who feels disappointed or feeling like a failure. Clarifying the Five of Cups is the Nine of Cups. So when we look at the Nine of Cups, this speaks to wishes come true. This speaks to being content. This speaks to being satisfied. So maybe at this time, Scorpio, you're not feeling content or satisfied, okay, with what you deemed as a wish come true. Right now, you're stuck in this energy of feeling regret, okay, feeling disappointed. Disappointed that you really thought this was a wish come true, and it proved to be a disappointment to you guys. So you have the Knight of Cups. So when we look at the Knight of Cups, this speaks to someone who is very romantic, someone who's very charming, someone who embodies beauty. Okay, clarifying the Knight of Cups is the Knight of Wands. So when we look at the Knight of Wands, this knight is very impulsive. This knight is very lustful. This knight is very passionate. Okay, we also call this knight the player. So maybe Scorpio, you having some sort of challenge, right, with this Emperor. This Emperor may possibly be this Knight of Cups person, but they're also embodying this Knight of Wands energy, okay? They're being a player, and maybe this is why you feel some sort of regret and disappointment, because you're finding this out, okay? This person that was romantic and charming, you're finding out the other side of them, which is lustful and very you know uh player like. So you have the Hermit card. So when we look at the Hermit card, this talks about someone being alone, someone that's doing some soul searching, someone that's taking time for introspection, okay, and trying to find some inner guidance. And the reason being is because you have the Moon card um clarifying the Hermit. So with the Moon card, this speaks to things of the unknown. You don't know everything, okay? So needing to take that break, right, and that clarity and that moment of introspection to really figure out what's missing, what's hidden, okay, with this Moon card, because this also speaks about fear and anxiety, okay? So the next card out is the Sun card. So when we look at the Sun card, this talks about being positive, okay? This talks about having success, okay? And having some sort of vitality. And clarifying the Sun card is the Nine of Pentacles. So when we look at the Nine of Pentacles, this speaks to abundance. This speaks to self-sufficiency and financial independence. So at some point, Scorpio, it looks like, you went into hermit mode. You took some time alone to really find some introspection and find some kind of clarity, right? Um, and soul searching to really go within and find out what's hidden from you, the answers that you need, and so what brings about this is, success. The sun starts shining in, you're finding some sort of success and vitality behind, taking that break, and then you come up as the Nine of Pentacles. So also with the Nine of Pentacles, this talks about, singlehood. This talks about being abundant and being single, not single and lonely, right? So I think you just put a pause on this situation, and in you doing so, it brings about, the sun and just this happy times for you. And so you have the Chariot card coming out next. So the Chariot speaks about movement, okay? It speaks about moving forward. So when we when we look at the Chariot card, it also speaks to having some sort of control and willpower and success as well. And so clarifying the Chariot is the King of Swords. So when we look at the King of Swords embodies a lot of mental clarity, intellectual power, also, very authoritative as well. But they always seeks truth. So Scorpio, what I'm gathering is that you are taking on this King of Swords energy, okay? Looking for the truth, finding the truth, needing that mental clarity, and you're moving on, okay? Because you've now found it. You've taken the time out with that Hermit card, right? And now you can move on and having that mental clarity with the King of Swords. So then you have the Three of Wands coming out. So when we look at the Three of Wands, this talks about preparation. Okay, this talks about having some sort of foresight. Okay, wanting to expand. Okay, now that could be expanding your mind, expanding business, or whatever the case may be. But it really talks about preparing for your next step, your next move, and clarifying the Three of Wands is the Two of Swords. So when we look at the Two of Swords, this is talking about making a difficult decision. This talks about weighing up your options. So you need to prepare in doing so and making this decision. Prepare yourself to make a difficult decision and weighing up your options, because this is something that needs to be done. Okay, you already took the time out with the hermit mode to taking that time to yourself to gain self-sufficiency and being single but not lonely. But I don't think that you've truly made that decision that you need to make. And this is why the Three of Wands is showing that you need to prepare in making this difficult decision. All right. So Scorpios, your advice card is the Moon. So when we look at the Moon card, this talks about the moon being mysterious, and she isn't always as she seems. She holds a quiet magic, but is incredibly powerful. She can pull the tides and illuminate the forest to show monsters that may not even exist. We see the moon change nightly as she looms overhead. She looks one way today and another tomorrow. She can take us to unexpected places if we follow her, but her path is often one of confusion and anxiety. So Scorpio is about, you know, um, chipping away at the anxiety, okay, and the confusion, and really taking that time. You have the moon showing up in your reading, but you also have the Hermit card. So that Hermit card, it speaks about going within, doing some soul searching, okay, because you have to let go of this anxiety and this confusion in your life, and you know what you need to do once you go within, once you embrace that hermit mode, once you take time out for yourself and you find some sort of introspection, right? And you would then know the path that you need to take. You would then know what decision, right, and how to prepare and what decision you need to make. Okay, Scorpios? So this is your mid-monthly February reading. If you have not subscribed as of yet, please hit that subscribe button as well as the bell, so when I upload new videos, you guys will get notified. Thank you guys for those who have already subscribed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace and blessings to you all. Bye.